How we age has a lot more to do with daily habits than with our actual age. In fact, researchers are now showing that the brain and body are far more adaptable, even after 50, than we once thought. Here's the exciting part. Science is discovering simple, everyday things we can do to stay sharper, stronger, and more energized well into our 70s and beyond. These aren't extreme workouts or miracle pills. They're real habits, grounded in neuroscience and human physiology, and they work with your body, not against it. And you don't have to change everything overnight. Even one new habit can begin to rewire your brain, strengthen your muscles, and restore your sense of vitality. In this video, we're diving into 5 golden habits that help you stay young, not just looking young, but feeling young. More alert, more mobile, more confident. We'll talk about things like how a few minutes of daily movement can fire up brain cells, why your breathing might be the hidden key to better focus and sleep, the connection between leg strength and brain health. Yes, really, a fun, simple way to rewire your habits using neuroscience, and why laughter might just be one of the best medicines after all. Each habit is backed by research, but I promise, no jargon or complicated science lectures here. I'll explain everything in plain English, like a friend walking alongside you, sharing what really works. If you've ever wondered what you can actually do to stay sharper, stronger, and more alive in this next chapter of life, you're in the right place. So grab a tea, take a deep breath, and let's start with the first golden habit, one that's surprisingly simple, but powerful enough to wake up both your muscles and your memory. Move your body, spark your brain. Picture this. Your brain is like a garden. Every time you move your body, even just a little, you're watering that garden, helping new connections grow and old ones stay strong. Here's what researchers have found. Physical movement, especially walking or light resistance exercises, doesn't just help your heart and muscles. It literally fuels your brain. It increases blood flow, delivers more oxygen, and even stimulates the release of something called BDNF, brain-directed neurotrophic factor. Think of BDNF like miracle grow for your brain cells. But let's keep it simple. When you move your body, you wake up your brain. Now, I'm not talking about running marathons or doing burpees. For most people over 60, it's the small, consistent movements that matter most. Try this. Next time you're watching TV or waiting for the kettle to boil, do some gentle heel raises. Just lift your heels off the floor, squeeze your calves, and slowly lower them. This simple move activates your lower legs, improves circulation, and even strengthens the muscles that help with balance, something critical as we age. Here's another idea. Take what scientists call movement snack. These are short bursts of activity throughout the day. A 1-minute walk around the house, 10 air squats while brushing your teeth, reaching overhead and stretching like you're waking up from a nap. These tiny actions tell your brain, hey, we're still in the game. A study from the University of British Columbia found that older adults who walked briskly for just 20 minutes a day showed improved memory and executive function. That's your ability to plan, stay organized, and make decisions. The researchers called it a dose depression benefit, meaning the more regularly you moved, the more your brain reaped the rewards. Think of it like brushing your teeth. Not for your smile, but for your brain. And it's not just about memory. Regular movement also boosts your mood, improves sleep, and reduces that foggy, sluggish feeling many people mistake for aging. So, what can you do today? Go for a 5-minute walk after meals. This helps both your brain and blood sugar. Set a reminder on your phone to stand up and stretch every hour. Practice chair squats. Sit down and stand up slowly from a chair, using no hands if possible. Turn on a favorite song and just move for the whole track. Dancing counts. Let me ask, when was the last time you moved in a way that felt good? Not like a chore. Movement should feel nourishing, not punishing. Like you're telling your body, I still need you. Because you do. Your muscles, your balance, your coordination, these are not luxuries. They're your foundation for staying independent, vibrant, and mentally clear. And here's the most encouraging part: it's never too late to start. Even if you've been inactive for years, your body and brain can still adapt. Neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself, continues well into our 70s and beyond. So today, take one small step. Literally, it might just be the beginning of a younger, more energized you. Breathe better to think better. Here's something most people don't realize: the way you breathe can actually shape how your brain works. Have you ever noticed that when you're stressed, your breathing gets shallow, almost like your chest is doing all the work while your belly stays still? That's no accident. Shallow, rapid breathing tells your brain something's wrong. It flips on the stress response, floods your body with cortisol, and tightens your muscles, including the ones in your neck and shoulders. Now here's the good news: the opposite is also true. When you slow your breath, especially when you make your exhale longer than your inhale, you signal to your brain, "We're safe." Your nervous system shifts gears, and suddenly your mind gets clearer, your heart slows down, and your body starts repairing instead of reacting. Think of your breath like the remote control for your brain. Here's what researchers have found. Deep, diaphragmatic breathing, the kind where your belly rises and falls, activates a part of your nervous system called the parasympathetic system. This is the rest and restore mode. It reduces anxiety, improves focus, and even enhances memory by calming the background noise in your brain. One simple thing you can do is this. Try the 4-6 breath. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4. Exhale gently through your mouth for a count of 6. Do that for 1 minute, especially when you wake up or before bed. It's like giving your brain a warm bath. Another option is box breathing, a technique used by Navy SEALs, and yes, it works wonders for anyone over 60 too. Inhale for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4. It steadies your heart rate and sharpens your attention, especially if you're feeling frazzled or foggy. Still skeptical? A study from Trinity College Dublin showed that breath-focused practices actually increase levels of noradrenaline, a brain chemical that's linked to alertness and clarity. The more balanced your breathing, the better your brain communicates within itself. But you don't need a lab coat to feel the benefits. Just try this. Set a 2-minute breath break after lunch each day. No phones, just quiet breathing. If you feel overwhelmed, place one hand on your chest and one on your belly. Focus on making the belly hand rise more than the chest. Pair breathing with movement. For example, inhale as you raise your arms, exhale as you lower them. This can be a gentle morning ritual to wake up the brain. So, let me ask you, how often do you notice your breathing? The truth is, breath is the only system in your body that runs automatically and can be controlled at will. That makes it one of the most powerful tools you have for resetting your brain and body. And best of all, it's free, always with you, and takes just minutes a day. If this insight is helping you, go ahead and subscribe. We've got more tools coming your way to help you feel younger, stronger, and more focused. Strong legs, sharp mind. Here's something most people have never been told. Your leg strength is one of the strongest predictors of how well your brain will age. Yes, your legs. It might sound odd at first, but the connection between your lower body and your brain is deep and powerful. Researchers at King's College London found that people with stronger legs in midlife and beyond actually experienced slower cognitive decline over a 10-year period. And other studies show that leg strength is linked to better memory, faster reaction time, and even more gray matter in the brain. Why? Because your legs are your largest muscle group, and when you use them, especially through strength-based movements, you trigger a cascade of brain-supporting benefits. Think of it like turning on the power grid. You increase blood flow, pump out helpful hormones, and tell your brain, let's keep this whole system strong. It's kind of like a tree. If the roots are healthy and strong, the rest of the tree, the trunk, the branches, the leaves, has a much better chance of thriving. Your legs are those roots. Now, you don't need a gym or heavy weights to build leg strength. In fact, some of the best movements you can do start right at home, using just your body weight. Here are a few practical things to try. Chair squats. Sit down slowly into a sturdy chair, then stand up without using your hands. Do this 5 to 10 times, once or twice a day. Heel to toe walks. Walk in a straight line, placing the heel of one foot directly in front of the toe of the other. This helps improve balance and activates stabilizing leg muscles. Wall sits. Slide down a wall until your knees are slightly bent. Hold it for 10 seconds, then rest. Over time, you can build up to 30 seconds or more. Have you ever noticed how much harder stairs feel when you haven't been using your legs regularly? That's not just muscle fatigue. That's your brain saying, "Hey, I'm missing the input." Because every time you move, your brain gets data. And when the lower body goes unused, the brain starts dialing things down. Think of movement as brain food, and your legs as the biggest spoon. Another benefit? Leg exercises support better balance and coordination, which reduces the risk of falls, one of the leading causes of injury after age 60. So, building stronger legs isn't just about vanity or staying fit, it's about preserving your independence, your confidence, and your brain power. Here's a gentle challenge. For the next week, do 10 chair squats a day. That's it, just 10. Track how you feel on day 1 versus day 7. You might be surprised how quickly your body and your mind respond. And if you're dealing with arthritis, joint issues, or limited mobility, don't worry. Seated leg lifts, gentle stretches, or even resistance bands can offer similar benefits. It's not about doing what you can't. It's about doing what you can, consistently. Because every time you use your legs, you're sending a powerful message to your brain. We're still building. We're still growing. We're still in motion. Rewire your habits. Rebuild your brain. Have you ever said to yourself, "I know what I should be doing, I just can't seem to stick with it"? If so, you're not lazy. You're human. And here's the uplifting part. Your brain is wired to learn new habits at any age. Yes, even after 60. Thanks to something called neuroplasticity, the brain's natural ability to rewire and adapt, it's possible to build new routines, break old patterns, and create a healthier rhythm to your days. But to do that, you need to work with your brain's design, not against it. Think of it like this: your brain runs on paths. Every time you repeat a behavior, drinking water when you wake up, checking your phone when bored, reaching for a snack during stress, you're reinforcing a path. Some of these paths are helpful. Some are just old habits that got stuck on autopilot. Here's what researchers have found. Habits are formed in a part of the brain called the basal ganglia, the repetition center. But what keeps them going is often something simple and emotional, not willpower. That's why motivation alone doesn't work. But routine, triggers, and rewards do. So, how do you rewire habits in a way that actually sticks? Try this simple method. Cue minus routine minus reward. Let's say you want to start a morning stretch habit. Your cue could be brushing your teeth. Your routine, a 2-minute stretch right after. Your reward, listening to a favorite song or a cup of tea. The key is to keep the habit small and easy to start, something you can do in under 2 minutes. Because once the habit is in motion, your brain begins reinforcing that new path automatically. Another tip: anchor new habits to existing ones. For example, after I make coffee, I take 5 deep breaths. Before I sit down to watch TV, I do 10 chair squats. After dinner, I walk for 5 minutes. This trick is based on research from Stanford psychologist B.J. Fogg, who found that the best way to build a new behavior isn't to rely on discipline, it's to plant it in soil that's already fertile, your existing routine. Let me ask you, is there one habit you wish you had right now? Maybe it's drinking more water, or moving more, or getting to bed earlier. Whatever it is, you don't need to overhaul your life. You just need to start small and be consistent. Because every time you follow through on a habit, even for 1 minute, your brain says, "Hey, we do this now." And here's the most encouraging part. Studies show that people over 60 can form new habits just as well as younger adults, especially when there's meaning and momentum behind the behavior. So try this. Pick one small habit that supports your energy, focus, or mobility. Attach it to something you already do every day. Keep it under 2 minutes to start, and celebrate it. Even just saying yes out loud can reinforce the loop. Remember, small habits, done consistently, lead to big changes over time. You don't need to chase perfection, just start a new path and walk it, one step at a time. If this is resonating with you, hit that subscribe button. We're building a community here of people who want to grow stronger, sharper, and more alive with every year. Laugh, connect, and stay curious. Here's a question that might surprise you. When was the last time you had a really good laugh? Not just a polite chuckle. I mean the kind of laugh that makes your eyes water, your belly ache, and your whole body relax. That kind of laughter? It's medicine, real medicine, for your brain and body. Here's what researchers have found. Laughter reduces stress hormones, improves immune function, boosts memory, and even protects the heart. One study from Loma Linda University showed that older adults who watched just 20 minutes of funny videos had better memory recall and lower cortisol levels than those who didn't. That's right, comedy was literally sharpening their brains. But this isn't just about giggles, it's about staying emotionally connected and mentally engaged. As we age, one of the biggest risk factors for decline, both physical and cognitive, is isolation. And yet, loneliness can sneak in quietly. Friends move, routines shift, health issues slow us down. But staying connected, even in small, simple ways, can act like daily vitamins for your brain. Have you ever noticed how energized you feel after a phone call with someone who gets you? Or how time seems to fly when you're learning something new, even if it's just a recipe or a puzzle? That's because joy, connection, and curiosity activate key areas of the brain that keep it flexible and resilient. It's like mental cross-training. Here are a few simple ways to build this golden habit. Laugh on purpose. Watch a short comedy clip after breakfast, or call a friend who always lifts your spirits. Stay socially active in micro ways. Join a local walking group, text a family member once a day, or chat with the cashier at the store. Every interaction matters. Keep learning. Try new things. A recipe, a game, even a word of the day. One study showed that seniors who learned digital photography saw improvements in memory and problem solving after just 3 months. And remember, curiosity isn't just for kids. Your brain loves novelty. Learning creates new neural connections and keeps old ones strong. Whether it's trying Tai Chi, reading mystery novels, or exploring local history, curiosity is the spark that keeps your mental engine running. Let me ask you, what's something that brings you joy and stretches your brain, even a little? Start there. And if life has felt a bit heavy lately, here's your permission slip. Go watch a silly video. Call that friend who makes you belly laugh. Try something you've never done, even if you're terrible at it, especially if you're terrible at it. Because the science is clear. Joy and curiosity don't just make life better, they help make life longer. Conclusion, you're not done growing. Let's take a moment to look back at the 5 golden habits we've covered together. Move every day, even just a little, to keep your brain sharp and your body strong. Breathe better to think better. Slow, deep breathing rewires stress and boosts clarity. Strengthen your legs. They're your foundation for balance, independence, and brain health. Rewire your habits. Small, consistent actions reshape your brain at any age. Laugh, connect, and stay curious. Joy and relationships are fuel for a longer, richer life. Now you might be wondering, where do I even begin? Start with just one small shift, one habit, one breath, one step. Because here's the truth. Growing older doesn't mean growing weaker. Not in your body, not in your mind, and certainly not in your spirit. In fact, this stage of life can be your most powerful yet. You've got wisdom, perspective, and resilience. And now, you've got science on your side too. Every one of these habits we talked about is backed by neuroscience and real research. But more importantly, they're built for real life. They don't require a gym membership, fancy tools, or a complete overhaul, just your willingness to keep showing up for yourself. Imagine this. You wake up feeling clearer. Your legs feel stronger on the stairs. You catch yourself laughing more. You remember things faster. You feel lighter in body and mood. And the best part? You know these changes didn't come from luck. They came from you. That's what's possible when you start weaving these golden habits into your daily rhythm. So let me ask you, what's the one thing you're going to try today? A few chair squats? The 4-6 breathing trick? Texting a friend who makes you smile? Pick something small and start now, not someday. Because the earlier you start, the more momentum you build. And you deserve to feel better. Not 10 years from now, but this week, this day, this moment. And hey, you're not doing this alone. If today's video gave you something useful, go ahead and like it, leave a comment to share what you're working on, and subscribe so we can keep building these tools together. This is a community of people who are choosing strength over stagnation, clarity over confusion, and energy over exhaustion, no matter their age. Because the science is clear, and so is the message. You are not too old. It is not too late. And your best self hasn't retired. It's just getting started. Let's keep going, together.